All right, welcome back to the channel. So we have a local tonight, 21 players, pretty nice size for Edison local on a Tuesday night. Let's see, can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay? Is my volume good and all that good stuff? Who are we gonna watch round one, guys? Who do we got in this tournament? We got the Blur, Mayberry, the Big Win, Spencer, Gears 9199, the Goals, the Asparagus Guy, Bruno Pino, Black Sanji, IKO De Puta, Bad Robot, DeMarco, Dragon Blitz, Baku Brody, Nefarian, Chaos, Tro Nation, Tomcat, Shen, Berserker, and Log off PS or Log O FPS. I don't know. Logo FPS. There you go. Logo FPS. That one was fucking me up. Shout out to Baku Brody for getting second place at the recent major Retro Reborn Maryland with Frogo TK. Looks like he is in this tournament. So, who do we want to feature round one? Let me see. Let me see who's playing. I kind of want to do Bat Robot. We don't often get to see Bat Robot. So, let's see. That's my friend Dave. He's a Philly, used to be a Philly native. Now he's moved. I'm typing in his actual fucking name. All right. Well, looks like there's no duel yet. Here we go. Yeah, we'll watch this one round one. I also like the deck that he plays because not many people play his build. Like, I don't think anyone plays his build of the deck that he plays, so we'll see that. But how's it going, chat? How's everybody feeling? It is Tuesday. And yeah, we have a lot ahead of us. So this weekend is the Format Library. Format Library is having their EWCQ event, which I'll be streaming both days. So it's Edison Major online, dueling book, all that good stuff. And it'll be, what, some number of rounds of Swiss, probably 8 rounds of Swiss usually. And then cut the top 16. So there's that. Let me turn the sound on here. Oh, no. Not. now I'm thinking that I'm Bad Robot. This is this guy. There we go. All right, this is this guy's first time playing in one of my tournaments. This logo FPS. Fraser bought out the delts tonight. What are delts? What's up, Adam Yugioh? What are delts? Is it too late to join that 20 this Saturday? Which one? The EWCQ? The EWCQ, you can still join right now. Like, the signups are very much open. You just have to be in the Format Library Discord server. Muscle group at the top of the shoulders? Okay. Well, I have been told that I have nice shoulders or something. Even when I was like, I remember I was like 14, and my dad's girlfriend at the time said that to me, and I was like, okay. Like, sure. But I don't know anything about that. I did just come from the gym like an hour ago. I came from the gym, I showered real quick, and then I had to get set up for the stream tonight. Did I set a timer? I did set a timer, right? I did. Okay, we got a timer going on. I wonder... I need to check. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the timer was set at 7:31. So it's been like 4 minutes. So they have like 46 minutes. So I will configure that. So I like to have the timer on this screen as well. So let's just get that going. It's really like 45 minutes now. Let me change it. Oh, what the hell? There we go. All right. So we have a frog player. Kai is in. Let's see. I recently found your channel. Thanks for showcasing so many different decks in this format. I hope to see a Twilight recipe soon. There are definitely Twilight videos on the channel already. So you need to, like, you know, just you can either type in the search bar IMNerd Twilight, or you can just go through like go to our channel and go to videos. There's multiple Twilight videos on the channel, I'm sure. I am certain. Yeah, I see at least I see at least 3 that are like teach me how to cook, master disasters, stuff like that. And then I see one deck profile from my boy Frozen Soul from Nationals 2024. So there are at least 3 videos on Twilight, and then a 4th one if you consider the deck profile as well. See, we have Twilight content. How was the Retro Reborn event? The Retro Reborn event was nice. It was really nice. And yeah, the next one is in Pittsburgh, coming up, what is it? July. I always get these dates fuck me up so bad, chat. Hold on, I have it here. The date for Pittsburgh is July 18th and 19th. So that is basically a month away. Yeah, basically a month away. But yeah, definitely check out that. Can you explain EWCQ? Is it a regional like thing where you get an invite for something bigger? Yeah, it's an Edison World Championship qualifier. So that is, what's up, Steven? So yeah, it is a qualifier for Edison Worlds played on Dueling Book, and a lot of good players playing it. It is a pretty difficult tournament to compete in. A lot of heavy hitters show up for the EWCQs, especially the European players. A lot of people in Europe really like online Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they don't get as many events as we do in the United States. So you'll be playing against some of the absolute best players in the world in those tournaments pretty often. I don't know how the summer will affect it, because like in the summertime it's so nice out and stuff like that. People might, you know, a Saturday is hard to commit sometimes, but we're Yu-Gi-Oh players. There will be well over 100 people in the tournament this Saturday. You mark my words. What's up, Edison Club? How's it going? You calling me a Frog Brethren is so crazy, because you are a Lightsworn player, okay? And I will see you as such. Ooh, we're attributing to 0 for Malicious Edge. Not bad, not bad. So we used our 2 cards, our Miracle Fusion and our Malicious Edge, to get rid of his 2 cards. The Malicious Edge is able to put on some pressure and stick around. So if the opponent uses something on a Malicious Edge, which could have been like Deep Prison Mirror Force, that'd have been 3 cards for 2, which is nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Caius. No burn damage, though. That guy's an Earth. Randomly. Which allows your Miracle Fusion to make Gaia. And randomly here, if it went to the graveyard, Gaia kills him, because Gaia is essentially 2200 burn damage, which is really cool. A lot of times people will default to making absolute 0, but in a situation like this where your opponent's at 1200 and your last attack went through, you can just like Miracle Fusion for Gaia and attack the game. Since you pretty much know that this back row is like, I don't know what this back row is. But it didn't stop the tribute summon of a Malicious Edge, and it didn't stop the attack of a Malicious Edge. So the Polyhero deck is nice. The Polyhero deck was the most unique deck out of all of the decks that made top. Yeah, it has to be E-Hero if you're going to do Gaia. You said it could be returned. It could be. I didn't see how long it's been set, but if this is his graveyard, or I'm sorry, if this is his vanish pile, I'm going to doubt heavily that it is returned, because he would just have one last turn, right? Like this was already set. Okay, burial could be a thing. Yeah, it could be burial. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know what it is. Oh, he had the opportunity just now to go for Gaia and attack for game, but he didn't do it. I think that's actually kind of crazy, because like you tribute summoned and attacked last turn and nothing happened. Like it's probably just like fucking MST or something. Not even MST. I don't really know what it is. But it is wild that he just like that backer was clearly dead. It could have been Heavy Storm. What, like, did we see Heavy? It probably was Heavy Storm or something like that. Like something just completely dead, and I would have played like it's something completely dead too. All right, summon Gaia, half attack aim, like no more turns. Why I gotta wait? You know what I mean? Why I gotta wait, chat? Oh, my chat is definitely not. Hold on, let me fix this chat thing. How do we let's interact? There we go. Okay, hopefully the chat works now. Thank you, TJ. Yep, I just noticed it myself too. I was like, the chat is not moving. We got a lot of members in the chat tonight too. Shout out to y'all. TJ Parker, is that Ill-Fated? Ill-Fated 56, William Smith. Shout out to you guys. Got our members get their emotes. We need to make some new ones too. But y'all know my favorite. Hi, I'm Landois. Landois. So this is Hero Frogs versus some type of Diva Hero. I think this matchup is favored in Hero Frogs. I think like Hero Frogs is favored in this matchup. Hero Frogs is just the overall better Miracle Fusion deck. The thing that Diva Hero can do over it though is Diva Hero can OTK a lot more efficiently than Hero Frogs. Like, Hero Frogs doesn't really OTK you. It can, but it needs you to like pretty much do nothing. And it needs to like build up resources. It's very rare to get OTK by Hero Frogs. However, the way I think about Yu-Gi-Oh is I don't need to OTK you. I can make it where you can't win. And a lot of times I go for that game state more. Have you seen the Mana Moon Frog oversleeves? They're gorgeous. I'm pretty sure in my deck profiles I have Mana Moon oversleeves. Like I'm like fairly certain that in my deck profiles, I have Mana Moon sleeves. I'm gonna double check. Then again, Konami be hating, so there's a chance that like I don't, because this is back when, you know, Konami was a thing. Oh, here we go. I found it. All right, chat. So on my deck profile, as you can see, I do have the like frog oversleeves. I'm also pretty sure that like I have them in the drawer somewhere too. Like I'm like fairly certain that those sleeves are in the drawer somewhere, like extras of them, because you get so many of them. But yeah, because this is the deck that I won with the Gear 5 Luffy deck box. Man, my deck, I haven't touched my Hero Frog deck in like a year now. And honestly, like looking at the cards, it's just such a pretty deck. Ugh, I miss it. Such a pretty deck. It got prettier since then. Like this was 2 years ago, so the deck looks better now than it did. Like it looks better now than it did back then in 2024. But yeah, I do use those oversleeves, as you can see. Anyway, anybody die yet? Nobody died? Okay. Nobody died at Stonewall. GB oversleeves win? I'm surprised that GBs don't have oversleeves. GB is a very popular deck. I'm surprised that all the Edison decks don't have oversleeves. Honestly, that's like a very obvious thing to do at this point, I feel like, if Metamoon really wanted to bank on the Edison community, which is very easy to do. I mean, I'm sure she is clearing, you know, great sales numbers regardless. But you could absolutely get a lot of people if you had like plant sleeves with, you know, dandelion and quick draw and stuff like that. You could do value sleeves, you could do Blackwing specifically sleeves, you could do just dragons, like just Red Med and Drago and Debris and all the Blue Eyes, White Stone. I'm trying to see if I can find. I know I have oversleeves somewhere. It's crazy. I have all these different sleeves. I have like these Dark Magician Girl Let's see. This obviously is having a hard time, but I have these ones. What else we got? I also have these ones. These are Dark Magician. And these are just like sleeves that I typically use on my extra deck, I guess. Those frog over sleeves are somewhere in there. I really feel like they should be in the store. But oh, here they are. I found them. I have a pack. I have like several of those frog over sleeves. Look at this. This is a whole pack of them. A whole pack of the frog over sleeves that are on. I've had these for years. Like I've had these since 2024. Like a nice big pack of the frog over sleeves. And I've only used 15 of them, obviously, since, you know, one extra deck to rule them all. One extra deck to bind them. One extra deck to find them. Next tournament pack is looking nice. Sadly, they have the errata, but we're getting ulti Gmok and red mat. Yeah, I did see pictures of those in my Discord server. Shout out to, I think it was Sasha Edgar who posted them. I think Sasha might have posted them, but we do have actual pictures of them. Let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, here we go. Yep, Sasha did show this. So open this over here. Ulti Gmok. That's the ulti Gmok and ulti red med. I think this looks amazing. I think the ulti red med looks amazing. Like this is definitely one of the coolest looking ultis I've seen in a long time. It looks like an OG ulti kinda. And then this one, I need to see it in person. First of all, if you're showing off an ulti, you should take it out of the sleeve. So I hate the fact that the guy had these in sleeves because like me personally, I think that if you're showing off an ulti again, it should just be out of the sleeve. But these look really nice. I mean, the Gmok probably looks better in person. I don't think that that picture does it justice. They're selling on eBay $10 for 15 frog oversleeves. That's ridiculous. I literally have a pack of them just sitting in my fucking drawer for like the last several years. Oh, does the drop feature actually work? Do people have the ability to drop themselves now? Is that a thing? Oh wow, they can use drop. Okay, nice. Got a favorite ulti. My favorite ulti of all time is between Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys and Thestalos, the Firestorm Monarch. I do have ulti Thestalos in my extra frog support deck box. Your skin is insane. Thank you, Wuffy dude. And you work for a skincare company? Thank you. I use a lot of Korean skincare products. Yeah, like snail mucin and like all type, you know, serums and shit like that. What's the one? I forget what the name. Anua, A-N-U-A. I use like a lot of their products. Oh, that was game 3. He OTK'd him. See, this is what I mean. Like, Frog Diva Hero can just absolutely OTK the shit out of you if you're not careful. He saw his hand though. Funny how Aoi didn't do anything to prevent him dying from an OTK. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we are moving on. Let's find out who else is dueling in the tournament. The Gauls versus Chaos Hexer. This also might be some frogs. Okay, we got... Okay, it looks like a bird. It looks like it's bird, so the other side of the coin. Bird on bird violence. This graveyard is pretty stacked. This one is pretty stacked too. They're duking it out. Favorite GX era format and or deck? Wouldn't it just be Edison? Is this not GX era? Let's see. Oh my god. These look really fucking cool. Although, what's going on with this date right here? 2226? Is this real? Like, is this fake? This date is like a meme. He didn't have Diva when I saw his hand, but I did set Mirror Force. He just happened to draw Diva to get to Brio. Unlucky because I was killing him on the crackback. Damn. Yay, Crow fanboys, fight to the death. This is 5D's era? Okay. Yeah, I stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh! After basically the original season. I only watched a couple episodes of GX. I hated GX. I hate Jaden. Do not like the hero, like, happy-go-lucky, get your game on bullshit. Like, he's not my type of protagonist at all. And then I never even watched 5D's or anything past, like, yeah, I just didn't watch anything past that. The school idea is really cool. I would have loved to stay at like a Slifer Red or Obelisk Blue or Raw Yellow dormitory. That is an awesome idea. If I was a billionaire or something, I probably would actually do that. Like start a school with some shit like that. Yeah, I just hate like the Yu-Gi-Oh! The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime I enjoyed. Cannot stand whatever the fuck GX and 5Ds and all that stuff. Like I'll pass on that. It's just not my thing. Although I do think Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a such thing as a buy guy. Not the buy erasure, that robot. Not on Pride Month. Buy people do exist. Although I haven't met any, but they exist. You know, just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I wish we had more duels in the school setting before we escalated. You see, I don't even know what that means. Like, what they escalated? So thoughts on battle traps and hero frog. In my testing, I found having traps that can potentially clog the back row, prevent Treeborn, can be in the way. I mean, I play Mirror Force, but that's all I play. Five Ds was a great anime. It made me get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice. No, I don't. So I personally, in terms of like people that I've met, I haven't met a bi guy. And if I did, they didn't tell me that they were bi. So And I don't exactly go around asking people like what their sexual preference is because I don't care. 5Ds was the best anime. I just wish the animes had good duels in them with actually good decks and plays. Yeah, I'm gonna veto that and say that the OG Battle City and like Duelist Kingdom was the best. Hey Fraser, it's been a while since I've been to a local bingo. Always falls on Tuesday. Decided to skip bingo tonight. Sean, how old are you? You play bingo on Tuesdays? Speaking of which, I'm glad you said that, Sean. I need to make a bingo card for Saturday since we're going to be doing an Edison Major online and it's a 2-day event and there's a lot of things that can happen. So I need to get ready with my bingo card. Yo, Pegasus was amazing. All right. I'm not trying to hear any of this cheating nonsense. Just because his eye could see your cards, I don't recall that being against the rules. Like his contacts happen to just see through Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, Battle City, when the God cards got introduced, like that is peak Yu-Gi-Oh to me. Like Merrick and Joey, Yugi Kaiba, like that is peak Yu-Gi-Oh in terms of the anime. Whirlwind Spin. Ooh, he already used MST. This is not a muscle tank. This is literally a regular, like, Hanes tank top, bro. I am not wearing a muscle tank. This is just the tank top that I put on after my shower. I came from the gym, I showered, I put on my tank top, and this is typically what I wear around the house. And it's really, like, nice outside, and it's also nice in my home, so yeah. But it is not a muscle tank. I'm pretty sure muscle tanks are like those, aren't they? Like, don't they have like kind of like a thicker sleeve thing right here? Like the strap here is like way bigger, and then it mainly like highlights your arms or whatever. This is just a Hanes tank top, like a regular Hanes tank top. Jinzo, the honorary psychic in Battle City. I know Jinzo's definitely an honorary psychic. Even the guy who used him, Esperoba, was psychic. What happened? Okay, let me drop. Oh wait. / remove. Here we go. There we go. All right, so let me double check that the people who wanted to be dropped are dropped. Yep, DeMarco, Spencer. Yep, they're out. Okay. A watch party? I don't think I'm allowed to do a watch party for like copyrighted material like that. Like, I'm pretty sure YouTube will like flag it if I just loaded up YouTube and started watching Yu-Gi-Oh's anime. Although I would love to do that, honestly. Like if it was allowed, because I actually, you know what's funny? I actually have all episodes of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime downloaded. Like I have every single episode of Yu-Gi-Oh on my computer. I would love to like watch Yu-Gi-Oh as a activity with chat or whatever. Why is that not allowed? Why is YouTube against fun? Wish I had a way to show you Hero Frog deck. I am going to a big tournament next month for Edison and want your thoughts on my Hero Frog deck. Well, good luck. You're playing a very good deck, so good luck. Yes, these in the past have definitely been called the something beaters. But it is just a tank top. It is a Hanes tank top. They're like $20 for 3 or something like that. This one is honestly worn out. Like, I've had this tank top for fucking 10 years or something, probably. I don't know. My favorite arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's World Racing Grand Prix. You had the Nordic Gods versus Crimson Dragon versus Mech Lords. Second favorite is Battle City. What are my thoughts on James' arc version of Dream Frogs with 3 Upstart and 3 Aoi? That is literally the build that Denny Yu played to top a LDS last year. So that is not like a James arc build. That is if anything, that's closer to Denny Yu's version of Dream Frogs. So Denny played triple Upstart and the Water Arts and all that stuff. So I've seen that list literally last year, or a list very similar to that last year. I think Dream Frogs is a good frog deck. I think that it just has an unwinnable matchup, which is the GB matchup, as I've said. But I personally would not play Dream Frogs in a tournament that I expect to win, just because of that issue. Like, GBs have become more popular since it won in 2024. Like, Dream Frogs won 2 tournaments in 2024, right? And since then, GBs have gained a lot of popularity. Back then, you really didn't run into GBs. It was very, very rare. Now, like, you could very easily run into GBs. They don't even need to necessarily be that good of a player, because the deck just has such a high advantage against Dream Frogs specifically, that to me it's not worth playing. I think Frog OTK and Hero Frogs are like way better. And I don't even know what the benefit of playing Dream Frogs over those two decks is, because I feel like Frog OTK eclipses Dream Frogs is like game plan. Like, the game plan is like, oh, I can dupe block you over and over, but like Frog OTK does that better. And if the game plan is to Colossal Army Arm, that like Frog OTK does that better. And if the game is to grind your opponent out, like Frog OTK does that better. So I think that like there's no avenue where Frog OTK is like a worse deck than Dream Frog. I think Dream Frogs is just literally a worse version. I told him Rage Peacock because he was playing Dream Frogs last year, and I just told him straight up, like, I don't think there's a reason to play that deck when you could just play Frog OTK and then side into it. That's my opinion. I'm just one person, so, you know, that's my opinion. You can do with that what you will, but I will never play Dream Frogs as a serious deck, because I'm a Frog OTK player and a Hero Frog player, and I think that both of my decks are better than that. Just do a Discord stream party, but I want to interact with my YouTube community. There are over 11,500 people that are part of my YouTube community, and I would really like to have all of them have the potential to be a part of the watch party experience. So the fact that it would ostracize so many people is kind of annoying to me. Like, there should be a way that I could stream like watching Yu-Gi-Oh together or something. 11.6, yes, it is 11,600 or something, but I just say 11,500 to keep it, it just rolls off the tongue a little better. Patreon members Discord share screen conference, maybe that could work. Definitely, that's something that could work. I think Konami Yu-Gi-Oh! Official has all the DM and GX episodes on their YouTube. Nice, nice. I actually saw there's a channel on YouTube that streams Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I don't remember how I found it. I think it was probably suggested to me by the algorithm, but there's a channel on YouTube, and when you go to it, it's just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime. Ah, Mr. Sultai. You just checked. The official Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel has DM on it, so I think a watch party of that channel should be fair game. Now, yeah, I feel like, does that get around it? Like, I feel like if I'm watching a channel, like if I go right now on YouTube, right, and I pull up that channel, and I just start watching the videos with chat, like, is that, how would that be against the rules? I'm watching YouTube on YouTube. how could that be against the rules, right? I need to Google, like, what are the watch party rules? Let me see if this is it. Somebody had to ask this question before me, obviously. What are the watch party rules on YouTube? So 8 months ago, somebody said, I know you can make watch along streams on Twitch with sites like Teleparty or Watch Together, but would something like that work on YouTube? Could you get banned or copyright striked for it? Best to do what Hollow Live members do with their timer thing. YouTube will even take your stream down if you're doing a watch along of movies in the public domain. YouTube can detect automatically if content ID is not perfect though, and that's why it will even flag movies in the public domain, which are perfectly acceptable to view on stream on YouTube. So wait. To view on stream on YouTube, as you can be copyright claimed for it, though there are certain restrictions to this, like Blu-ray remaster. Remember, your content has to be transformative if something is copyrighted. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's probably not a thing. I would genuinely love to just like watch Yu-Gi-Oh with chat like that. Honestly, would be so fucking fun to me. Okay. Patreon member, Discord share screen. Okay, yep, I saw that. Thoughts on DD Crow's aside, not liking it lately. I think the card is very good in the side deck. I don't know if you ever made a video about it, but would you play Upstart and Hero Frogs? I do not play Upstart and Hero Frogs. Fraser, besides yourself, who's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh player to watch, old school or modern? Probably Shawn McCabe. Yeah, I would say Shawn McCabe is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh player to watch. Did you own a Crush card back in that return? I had a gold rare copy of Crush card. If you're talking about that, the reprint. I did have a Crush card virus when it was from Gold Series. One of my friends sold it to me for cheap. Thoughts on Logan Paul getting a Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't really pay attention to Logan Paul. Chaos Hexer wins with hybrid, or is this just Black Wings? This might just be fucking Black Wings. Actually, no, there's an Armageddonite. It's hybrid. And there's a Grepper. Oh, hey, it's Cairo. Some people stream without sharing it and just have like a timer and a title like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, Episode 3. Wait, what? Some people stream without sharing it. So like on the screen is nothing, but it has the timestamp of where they are in the episode. I'm confused on what you mean. You won't be able to monetize the stream. Listen, that is perfectly fine. Like, I don't make a shit ton of money doing live streams anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on some crazy amount of revenue or anything like that. Like, I am not by any means making life-changing money streaming Yu-Gi-Oh events. So if I can't monetize it, I'll just turn monetization off, and that's fine. That means there's no ads. Should also put a copyright screen overlay on the video. That's a smart idea. Wait, block your videos in Japan to avoid copyright strikes. Really? So like, wait, so Japan, who owns the rights to Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, if I block Japan, then it lowers the chance of getting a strike? That's so interesting. Fraser, I'm dying to know, did you ever interview Mike about holding that heavy? We only interviewed the winners of matches. We did not interview any losers of matches. So unfortunately, no, I did not get to ask him about holding heavy. But I mean, I think that he knows that it was a mistake after seeing that all 5 back row were nothing. And also just like, he watched the stream back and his friends told him, and we also put a video on the channel, so he knows. There's no need to interview for that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying the copyright screen overlay thing on top of like my media player. That way that, you know, there's like, I don't know, some big fucking watermark on it that not so intrusive that it just like makes it unwatchable for YouTube, but it just makes it where like you guys know that I'm watching something that is copyright material and it's slightly altered because there's a thing on the screen that lets you know this is not my original like content or whatever. But I would for sure. I want to look into this because I kind of want to do this as like a form of content, and I don't need to monetize it. It's fine. Like, it could just be something fun to do every once in a while. Are you done with Who's That Yugioh? Well, Kenny is the person who makes those for me to do them. He hasn't made any in, I feel like it's been like a year now. So I wouldn't say that we're done with it, but he just hasn't made any new ones. Jinzo. Android Psycho Shocker. Is this the only alternate art of Jinzo, or are there more, chat? I am curious. Oh, is the round over? Like, are we done? All right, Bad Robot. Bad Robot's opponent needs to report. That's the hold up. Logan, you need to report. Yeah, that I was like, what's going on here? I feel like we should be done. Okay, round 2 is starting. Let's go slash set timer. And then I will adjust my timer on screen to be 50 minutes. That is the only alt of Jinzo, but there are more versions of Jinzo. Yeah, that's not what I mean. I literally said alternate art. That's a different card is a different card. That's not alternate art. But yeah, I was wondering if this is the only alt art, because I do like this art, but I still think I like the OG Jinzo art better than this art. Oh, that's my favorite. All right, let's see who's winning out here. Mayberry versus Baku Brody. I need to see that. That is a match that I do want to see that one. Oh god, they're already starting. Mayberry is a GB player typically, if I'm not mistaken. And Baku Brody just got second place at the last major, Retro Reborn Maryland. So, you know, let's see how this goes. I can't wait to see how this one turns out. Yeah, I definitely want 3 copies of these red mats. I want 3 of these. So hopefully they're not like too crazy, but I just want 3 of these to have. I don't even play this card, but I just kind of want it. Fraser, the Polyfrog deck has converted me to a frog player and I feel great shame. Not great shame. Why do you feel great shame, Ducky? Also, I think this is my first time ever seeing you speak in the chat, so welcome to the community. I appreciate you being a member. The Poly Hero Frog deck is awesome. I actually think that could be the future of frogs. I do have a video on the channel, but right now it's members only. It doesn't come out till next week. But it's with the guy, Nick Nunez, who topped with the deck. And that video is amazing. I genuinely think that it is one of the better teach me how to cook videos. I like how it won't even let me in. But yeah, this video, it comes out next Wednesday. Yeah, the deck does make Mali make sense. It is the only Hero Frog deck that I think Mali belongs in and is actually a good card in. Like, Mali is actually one of the best heroes. I think it goes Stratos and then Mali in that deck in terms of what hero, like the tier list of heroes in that deck. That's how good Mali is in that build. You don't really chat here, but you did become a member for that video. And listen, I love that. And the videos come out early for members in general. There's also emotes that you get access to. There's a whole plethora of emotes down here, which you can play around with in chat. They're exclusive to members, and like the longer you stay a member, the more you're right now you're a tadpole, but then that changes to a dust frog, then it changes to like swap frog maybe, and then dupe frog, and then treeborn, and then substitute after a certain amount of time. Master Disaster is one of my favorite series. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That is our casual series, and then the more serious series is the Teach Me How to Cook. But yeah, Master and Disaster is really fun. That one is mainly for entertainment, but every once in a while, you know, we have like some competitive matches and stuff like that. But I typically like to try out casual decks that I would never play in a tournament setting personally, just because, you know, I'm very competitive. So I love playing Macrocosmos, Grand Convergence deck, or Counter Fairies, or like Chaos Stun today. Yeah, I've been doing fan submissions lately. By the way, if you want us to play your deck on the channel, you can send your deck list to imnerdpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's imnerdpodcast@gmail.com. And I may pick it. It needs to have the YDKE code in the email. I do not click links. Kenny will not click links. It needs to have the YDK code. That's the only way it can be picked. So please include that and a screenshot of the deck. And if you want to, you can write like, you know, a little excerpt about the deck. That all of these things help to increase your chance of actually getting picked. That is how I go through the selection process. Watching Sean McCabe converted me to GBs. So we got a guy who converted to Hero Frogs. We got a guy who converted to GBs. You guys are natural enemies now. Welcome to the community. Poly Hero is nice. Waiting for the video to drop. Yeah, that video does not come out until next week. So that video comes out in like 8 days for people, like regular people. For the members, that video has been out for a couple days now. Because it comes out early for members. This might be cool, but I wonder if Sparkman may have potential with Poly and Swamp. He has so many cool fusions. Yeah, I don't know. Playing a vanilla monster in your deck sounds crazy to me. Like, just for the sake of making some of his fusions. I don't know if any of his fusions are good enough to warrant, like, playing such a brick in your deck. But maybe. I'll never say never, you know what I mean? Oh, YouTube doesn't show you the emotes if you don't... Wait, what? So you don't see... I guess you see this on the screen though, right? Like it's in the chat box in the top left above my head, but you don't see it in chat if you're not a member. That's interesting. I think the only thing I ever played from this series is Flip Wings, and Deslakuta is really fun. Flip Wings is so fucking weird to me, but I definitely think there's something there, because when we played it, I believe we zero dipped almost everyone. Not that like makes the deck good, but I just noticed that I pretty much beat everybody when I played the Flip Wing deck. Summon cat, cat good. Summon cat, cat good. Summon cat, cat good. Summon cat, cat good. I'm stemming right now. Forgive me. Oh, summon cat, cat good. Summon cat, cat good. Oh shit, Baku Brody is not playing frogs. I just noticed he is playing Lightsworn. This is game 2, by the way. My night is going well, Mr. Voorhees. My night is going well. Every time I get to stream and just chill with chat, it's a good day for me. Like, I love Tuesday nights. We have made Tuesday nights a thing on this channel. You know what I mean? Like, they are a thing here. Do the thing. I'm glad to hear the beast. Gizaurus. Where did that phrase originate? I think so. I have a local. There's a player who I'm really good friends with, one of my closest friends in Yu-Gi-Oh. Shout out to Vinny Casello. He used to play Cat back in 2022 when we both first started Edison, and he used to beat me because I was playing, like, this is when I was trying every deck. So I was trying plants and fairies and volcanics and, like, all, you know, I was trying every deck, and I would lose to him using Rescue Cat on me multiple times in the game. Like, I remember he would cat me, then he would pot Avarice, and he would cat me again, and then he would pot Avarice and cat me again. And it came from, like, that, like, summon cat, cat good. Like, that is kind of how, that is like the origin of summon cat, cat good. And ever since then, I just been like, summon cat, cat good, with a very southern accent. Summon cat, cat good. So yes, that is why I stem out when it comes to saying summon cat, cat good. And it's just a part of the channel at this point, like summon cat, cat good. I think it also pisses people off. Like, if we're playing somebody on DB, like a random, and you just summon cat and say like summon cat, cat good in the chat, like, they're just gonna get mad. They're just instantly gonna get fucking angry. And that, to me, that is funny. Like, I find that to be very funny. Take off the tank? Not take off the tank. What are you trying to see? There's nothing here. What's up, Jalen? Take off the tank is crazy. Oh, man. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Summon cat, cat good. Summon cat, cat good. Where's Banana Fraser? Banana Fraser is currently sleeping. He is currently dormant. Banana Fraser is currently dormant. Summon cat, cat good. That requires a donation. Banana Fraser. I forgot I was Banana Fraser last week. I am back in the flesh this week. I am in my human form. I want my name to be Spaghetti. It is funny saying it. Summon cat, cat good. Summon cat. He really did summon cat, and cat was good, so we need a tank top for Banana Fraser. I probably can make that happen. Imagine a fucking banana wearing a tank top. It doesn't even have shoulders. Like, where's the tank top gonna hang? It can be a question or a statement. That's true. Summon cat, cat good can be a question or a statement. Summon cat, cat good, or summon cat, cat good. Hell, 2009 was the year of cat. 2009 was the year of Synchro Cat. They had a full power synchro cat at the time. All right, Mayberry wins with GBs over what appears to be, I don't know if this was Lightsworn or Twilight, but seeing Diddy Crow makes me think it was Twilight. All right, I gotta watch this. Look, he's OTKing again. We're trying to. Oh, nope, he lost. You should have aimed for the head. I remember Asian Persuasion had a reaction video to the ban list where he throws the deck across the room. Damn. Just picked up my 5th GB core at locals after selling it 4 times. Sean's feature match was the greatest marketing for GBs. Yeah, Sean is a phenomenal player. He brings a lot of energy. He plays very fast. He finished the first game in 6 minutes. In under 6 minutes. That is impressive considering that not everyone plays nearly as fast, and he hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In years. So for him to come out of retirement and just like beat one of the best players in Edison so thoroughly like that, that was a fucking masterclass to the old school, the old guard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Love that. And the finals was the best advertisement for GOAT. Yes, the finals was definitely the best advertisement for GOAT. Just finished maxing out my value deck, only missing a few side deck cards like 2 Sidra Ultimates and 1 Vortex. Okay, nice. 2 Sidra Ultis and a Vortex, nice. You have a SJC Darken. Will Sean stick around? You know, that remains to be seen. Sean pops in and out of Yu-Gi-Oh! When he feels like it, you know? Sean got me interested in GBs for real, but Marcus Hayden convinced me more after I saw his recent build on Discord. His recent build on Discord? Oh no, are you leaking the goo? I like McCabe's build. I would just cut 1 road for Call It a Hornet. The road less traveled. Get McCabe on the channel. McCabe doesn't usually do any kind of press. That's not really his thing. He's very anti-press, anti-camera and stuff like that. It was a miracle that we got him to do a post-game interview. That was already like more than he usually does. I like him being such an elusive player. You know what I mean? Like he's like a rare, like a shiny Pokemon. He's one of the best players to ever play Yu-Gi-Oh! And yet it's very hard to, you know, get him. Summon Stratos, add Malicious. I really want more people to experiment with the Poly Hero Frog deck. I think that it is a really good deck. First of all, it's Hero Frogs at the end of the day. So the deck is going to be good regardless because the engines are so strong. I've said this many times about like the best decks in the format, like Birds and Frogs. You really can't go wrong with those engines because the engines are overpowered compared to the rest of the card pool. So automatically, if you're playing like a Bird deck or a Frog deck, it's hard for it not to be in tier at least 1.5, if not tier 1, just because of the virtue of those cards are just the best cards in the format. So you have a lot of room for experimentation because your engine is so strong that you'll still win games even if your build isn't perfect. My point is, I think that the deck could be improved upon, and that is something that the community can do. So... I also think that the Poly Hero Frog deck has a better matchup against GBs than probably every frog deck in the format, because you can just put out Absolute Zero so fast and so often, and it's an extender. Like Polymerization is an extender, and you know in Edison we don't really have many of those. Like Miracle Fusion is the extender in Hero Frogs, but Poly Hero Frogs has Polymerization, which is like you have 6 extenders now. You have Polymerization and Miracle Fusion, and they both put out these really big monsters. Even if it's not zero, just putting out an Electromite, or was that his name? No, Terra Firma. Putting out a Terra Firma is also just like, that guy's fucking huge. It's funny because somebody left a comment on my video, the one that comes out next week with Nick Nunez, the guy who got top 16 with the Poly Hero Frog deck. And they were like, oh, you could have used Miracle Fusion to make zero by using King of the Swamp and like a frog. And I was like, what? Like, are you telling me something that I don't know? Because last I checked, King of the Swamp is not a hero monster. So you cannot use King of the Swamp as your hero monster for Miracle Fusion. That doesn't work like that. You can use it as your water monster. You cannot use it as your hero monster. And a lot of people just don't fucking understand the rules. Like today's video, which came out and it had like Shrink in it, and people were like, oh, like your Thunder King would have beat his Armwing when he colluded and you shrinked. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like Shrink cuts down the original attack of the monster. So Armwing only loses 1150. Like, so many people are just wrong in the comment section saying like, oh, Armwing still loses to Thunder King. Like, no, it doesn't. It only loses 1150 no matter what. And then Colute still gets applied on top of that. It will always win. Colute and Honest, Cook, Shrink. Actually, McCabe said the reason why he didn't play Shrink in his GB deck is for that exact reason. He doesn't like that situation where you use Shrink and they have Colute or Honest. So he just played enemy controllers. And after playing that match today on the channel where Shrink was fucking ass because my opponent happened to have Colute, I was like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. Like, you literally got to see what is wrong with Shrink today. Granted, Shrink is good in GBs. Full stop. Like, I'm not saying Shrink is bad. But McCabe has introduced Econ as a main deck card in GBs, which I don't think I've ever seen. At least in Edison. Like, in modern Edison, I don't think I've ever seen a list with main deck Econ. I've seen it side decked, obviously, for the mirror match, but main deck Econ is new. And that just is another layer of things for the GB community to think about when they are building their decks, because everyone has been defaulting to, like, the Simpson deck that won Worlds. And that deck is very popular and it's very good because that has been like the de facto GB deck for so long. But it's not the only way to play the deck. Just like there's no one way to play Value, there's no one way to play Black Wings, there's no one way to play Hero Frogs. You can do so much to these decks and still see success. I want to do another nerd side chat, and I have the idea. I just need to make the PowerPoint, but I definitely have something I want to talk about for, and I know I promise I'm going to do other decks and stuff too, but it's another Hero Frog conversation that I want to have. So I just need to put that together, but I have the idea and I have the cards and stuff that I want to talk about in it, and like the theories and stuff that I want to talk about, but I just have to literally like spin up hour or two in making the bullet points. Summon Thought Ruler Archfiend. Activate Dear God Miracle Fusion. This allows Zero to beat over the guy no matter what. So this is one of the best interactions, is Zero attacking a Blackwing. Oh, well, fuck. We're just going in with Thought Ruler. Well, if Zero attacks a Blackwing and they Colute, they lose the Colute and the Blackwing monster because Zero dies and kills it. So the way Hero Frogs beats Blackwings is by drawing Miracle Fusions and resolving them, and also drawing Caiuses and resolving those. Those cards, like those 6 cards, will win you the Blackwing matchup. Would you do siding patterns in those videos? No, I do not do siding patterns in those videos. I don't really do like side pattern videos. I know a lot of people sell their side deck guides and stuff like that. I'm not really into that. But there are people who like have side deck guides and stuff like that, I'm sure, for all the popular decks. Like I know Sizzle has a side deck guide that he sells for value. There's a Hero Frog 1 or 2 out there. There's like, I know James Arctis, he has a Dream Frog 1. I do plan to talk about side deck cards though, like talk about the cards, but in terms of like a side deck pattern or guide, no. Uh-oh, here's Yugioh. Or we can go for Brio as well. Brio can clear both monsters. Yugioh can... Yugioh's weird here. Yeah, it might be Brio. Yugioh is very weird here. I don't know what you make. It really depends on what these two cards are. Like, these two cards dictates what he will make. Is Mother Grizzly worth it or no? I have no idea. Kind of sucks. I think he drew the value. You know, this is a conversation too. Blackwings either play 1 value or 2 value. And there are a lot of people who, most people play 1. Very few people play 2. There's a big part of the community who just believes that 1 is enough. I don't want to like draw it or brick on it or whatever. And then there's again a minority part of the community that believes that you should play 2. I believe one of the biggest proponents of that is ProStorm. ProStorm is a believer in the 2 value Blackwing deck. So when you say it sucks that he drew the value, I say maybe he should be playing 2. Oh, this man sarked for Rhoda. Oh, he's playing Diva Hero, that's right. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, game 3. As long as you think it's decent damage step, that's all that matters. All right, we are getting a game 3. I want to log in to another VB account so I can snipe other duels. We're not. I was going to say we're not. Ooh, Truro Nation is playing Quick Draw. Quick Draw Dandy Warrior. But he's down a game. So C-Ponce, I don't know what deck he's playing yet, but he won game 1. Oh, I guess I'm watching the wrong duel now. Hold on, let's get over here. Summon Bora, set a back row pass. You know, when Black Wings opens like this, I'm happy. This is one of their mid openings for sure. Oh, he had the rug. That is huge. So that rug just traded for 2 cards. Black Sanji, thank you for the $2. That rug traded for 2 cards, which is broken because he went first, so he already has like that half plus for going first. And then he got to rug a Cyber Dragon and a Caius. That's broken as hell. A lot of advantage already on the side of Berserker here. Thanks for the tournament, bro. Go look at my steak. Where's your steak at? Bro, I see your food all the time. You know at this point, like... Yeah, like all you're doing is making me hungry. Like all you're doing is... And I'm currently intermittent fasting, so I cannot eat after 8 o'clock. And it is 8:43 right now, so... But that steak looks lovely, and now I want a steak. I do have a date on Thursday, though. I'm going to go get some food with my boo, and I won't be getting a steak, because we're not going to a steak house, but I will be getting some good food. But this steak looks delicious and nutritious. So there, when you tried to make another play, if you know Rug would give a lot of value for the opponent, that is a question that I can't actually answer Doodle TCG because I have no idea what his starting 6-card hand is. Like, I can't look at him play into a Pulling the Rug and say like, oh, I would not have done that after seeing him play into a Pulling the Rug. That's not really how like it works. He has 4 other cards there, and my decision making would be based on that. So yeah, there's no real way to answer that question. I don't like make a decision saying like, will my opponent get too much value from Pulling the Rug, because I don't really know if I believe that the back row is Pulling the Rug if he summons board and sets a back row. Like, so much of Yu-Gi-Oh is contextual, and that's why like specific questions or like vague questions, both of those are hard to answer. Oh no, Whirlwind's still around. Don't leave your triple dust tornado at home, folks. Don't leave your triple dust tornado at home. You smell a Dark Illusion enjoyer? Dark Illusion is actually really good, especially in the mirror match, because they can't pump, they can't brain control. I forget, does it negate Icarus attack too if they target your monster? I forget how that works. But yeah, that card is pretty good. When I top with Black Wings, I play Dark Illusion in my side deck, like pretty sure. And it was good. It actually won me a game in round 8 of Swiss. I played against SJC champion Anthony Alvarado, and we had a Blackwing mirror match, and I remember using Dark Illusion against him. It was really good. I forget if it was on brain, it might have been on brain control or something. I've seen Chai T hit someone's Dark Arm, and that's when I was like, dear God, that is so broken. The guy went summon Dark Arm, pop your Colossal Fighter, and Chai went activate Dark Illusion. And I was like, oh no. Like, oh no. Like, that is so gross. Like, you negated a Dark Arm effect and killed it. If it targets a Dark Monster activation, then you can negate it, so you can negate Icarus. I'm 99% sure. Yeah, I forget how it works. It's like Thought Ruler Archfiend cannot negate Icarus attack if you target Thought Ruler and a back row or something like that, or if you target like 2 things. But I think Thought Ruler might be worded that way, whereas Dark Illusion, I don't remember the exact wording. It's one of those things where you have to like read the card and look up the rulings, because you know Edison, everything has to be looked up. Karma cut. Okay, so it seems to me that Dark Illusion can negate Icarus attack if it just targets a Blackwing, and anything else, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Edison is notorious for ass rulings, but I will say, I think that the reason why Edison is the most played retro format in existence is because of that. That is one of the reasons. Like, the rulings in this format, I think, are one of the reasons that people actually like it. Oh no, not from arguing. Oh boy, everyone take it easy. It's just Tuesday night Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just a little Tuesday night Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, let me see who else is playing. Churro Nation, we were watching that, I think. The Blur and Shen. Let me see if those matches are still going on. Oh, here we go. We got this one. So I will unmute that. Yeah, I actually found the I found that feature match, or not feature match, the dueling book replay of me in, hold on. This is me versus Anthony Alvarado in a Blackwing mirror match. So this is I said ready for the most toxic mirror on the planet. This is round 8 and we're both X1. So whoever wins this guaranteed tops, and the loser, I think we were both so high up in the seeding that no matter how it sliced out, no matter if he won or I won, I think we were both guaranteed top 16, no matter what. But the winner guaranteed it because we would have been 7-1. So this is that match. All right, I believe this is where Dark Illusion comes up at some point. Whirlwind Shora. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a wild game, by the way. I think so. I guess it's game 3. I'm assuming I'll lose this game. Or do I? Okay, I remember I'll lose this game. Yeah. All right. Okay, game 3. Here we go. Here's the important. That was a wild. That game 2 was fucking wild. All right, here we go. We got Dark Illusion. And I open up set dust shoot pass. So this is my hand. Yeah. Chain dust shoot. So I'm gonna show his hand now because dust shoot, so we can all see it at this point. So this is his hand. So I send back his Kalut. He has 2 Kaluts, which is annoying. So have the token crash because if he kills the token with Kalut, he doesn't get the effect of Shura, because Shura has to send the monster to the graveyard, and tokens can't go to the graveyard. So he decides to just let me get in on this right here. I set all 3. I know he doesn't have Heavy Storm, so I'm just basically saying you're not going to draw Heavy Storm either. So Dark Illusion on Brain Control. So, like, my trap card, traded for his Brain Control, which is fucking broken. Also, if you notice, he cannot outgores now. His plan was like Brain Control, attack, tribute for Cyber Dragon, but now he literally cannot outgores. And so this card was like absolutely nuts. And Denise says, I'll report and save. Good luck in Top Cut. And that was that. So yeah, Dark Illusion was actually broken. And this is the time I play Black Wings. The only time I really played Black Wings, and I fucking went 7-1 with that deck. That deck felt so brain dead. I was drawing so gross in that tournament. That might have been the most egregious I've ever drawn, like, in a tournament, honestly. Like, I was like, Black Wings are just too broken. All right, let me see. Round 3 is up. And let's do this. Just a countdown. There we go. 50 minutes. All right, who is playing this round? We have Berserker versus Mayberry and the Big Win versus Black Sanji. Well, we gotta watch the Big Win versus Black Sanji. That is like for sure happening. Here we are. We'll be in the waiting room over here. It wouldn't be a Fraser Locals without this man on quick draw. Nice play around Sirocco. Thank you, thank you. 100 life points in a dream. Man, I intuitively knew that Shura versus Gora's token ruling. I'm old. First time I've ever seen you play Black Wings. Yeah, I played Black Wings just because one day I think I was like, I do not want to play frogs. And I decided that I wanted to kind of cut my brain off. And I just played Black Wings and immediately topped the event because that deck is so fucking easy to play. For me. Like, that deck just does not require nearly as much thought as when I'm playing, like, any frog deck, really. Maybe not Frog Monarchs. Frog Monarchs is, like, very, very, very simple, but... Oh no, Dushu, oh no! Oh shit, Blue Bandit playing... Black Sanji playing Treeborn Frog, what the fuck? Am I in a Twilight Zone? This is a devout Chain Burn and GB player. A devout. You know what's one of the annoying things about playing against frogs? Like, you have to do this whole investigative game of what frog deck is it? Is it Hero Frogs? Is it Frog Monarchs? Is it the Kill You Frog deck, aka Frog with TK? Is it Dream Frogs? Is it some weird, like, Plant Frogs? Like, what is it? Okay, we have our answer. This is Hero Frogs. And a Stratos just got Bottomless, which is a nice little +1 right there. That is a very good trade for the Hero Frog deck, which already wants to trade positively into all of your opponent's cards. So one of the strengths of the deck, it makes cards like Deep Prison and Bottomless Trap Hole not very effective. What is this other back row, though? That's what I want to know. What is this? He dabbles with the wings from time to time. He does dabble with the wings. He used to play a black wing deck that played Reckless Greed, I want to say, like back in the day. I do vaguely remember that. That was one of his stints. He had a brief stint with that. I have a guy in my local that plays this quick draw Frog Monarch deck. That's actually really annoying to play against. He's been playing the same deck for so long too that he's pretty good with it. Yeah, I've seen decks like that, like quick draw frogs, but the problem with those decks is that they fold so fucking heavy to Royal Oppression and DDV. Like, I cannot imagine a more fragile deck than that when it comes to getting Royal Oppressed or DDV'd. Ooh, we got Mirror Force on double Swap Frog. Another good trade there. You love to see that. This is probably the most patient game I've seen Black Sanji play. Usually the decks he plays are very fast, so they don't like sit and chill like this. But here we are. I believe both of these players are like from the South, North Carolina or something, so they likely know each other. I would just be a little afraid because the big win is playing, I assume he's playing Diva Hero, because that's what he typically plays. And that deck will just sit there and build up a hand and kill you. That is one of its game plans. It's one of its core game plans, and I am just not trying to die. This is why Battle Fader is really good. Ooh, heavy. See? Heavy on one card, and it's hitting your card. He's trying to kill him this turn. I just feel like when people do shit like this, your antennas have to go up, right? Because, like, what is he trying to do to you if he's willing to go minus on his Heavy Storm? What's up? I hope you're doing well, Gangsta. Thank you. I am doing well. Today was a pretty productive day overall. Got some work done, went to the gym, got a good shower, and yeah, now we are streaming some Edison. Also, this past weekend, I got to work on the new Edison jank ban list, and I cannot wait to unveil it. I'll probably unveil it this weekend during the EWCQ at some point. Like, at some point, I'll let everybody know about that. But it is, yeah, I'm speeding the format up quite a bit because I don't want the games to be like super slow, and I don't want anti-meta to be like real. Like a deck that people gravitate towards. I mean, you'll still be able to play some form of anti-meta, obviously, but like that should not be a deck that is like super popular because it's so fucking boring to watch. It's like not really good gameplay. Unban my gadget boys? No, never. Gadgets will stay banned forever. Gadgets are not jank. At least not if they're at 2 and 3. Because then you're just playing like a real deck. Like you're just playing gadgets, which is the deck that got second at Edison. The deck that actually got second at SJC Edison. You can't pay me enough. You've been at work for 13 hours? Oh my god. Just unban Red Gadget? That's funny. I could do that. I could just ban like one gadget. Because I think if I just ban one gadget, that effectively bans the gadgets, right? So that's actually not a bad idea. Like I can remove the little excerpt about like the gadgets being banned and just like ban Red Gadget. And that automatically just that kills the other two. Just put each gadget at 1? No, not doing that either. I think I'll just ban one gadget and then remove the excerpt about the gadgets. That actually is just such a good idea. Red Gadget will not be happy to hear that news. Yeah, it'll just be Red Gadget banned. The other gadgets will just be at 3. Like yellow and green will just be at 3. But Red Gadget will just be banned by itself. Which effectively just like bans the gadgets. Three yellow gadget, 2 green gadget meta. Listen, if you want to play green and yellow gadget, then by all means. Green is such a bad gadget though. The attack stat on green is so fucking bad because it's 1400 attack. It just crashes with all the recruiters in jank format. Like the recruiters are popular, like Rat, Angel, Tomato, shit like that. I also bought some insane bling the other day. Like Yugioh card bling? So the big one is playing birds. And, oh dear. We are going to get a super dupe block here. Of sorts. Well, it depends on how many frogs he has left, because actually 1 dupe frog's in the graveyard. So maybe not. Unifrog, damn. What do you do? Why say fuck me for? Ultimate rare Italian rises. Very nice. I love ultis. I love Edison ultis are so pretty. I don't really do foreign language cards, but to each his own. I used to when I was younger. I kind of just grew out of that. But what an interesting field. I'm pretty sure the Unifrog is better to have here in defense mode. Because if your opponent doesn't kill the, if they don't break this lock, then like the Unifrog threatens their back row. Also, you want Treatment Frog to like come back next turn. I've never seen Black Sanji play frogs before. This might be, my man might be starting a new journey right now. Like, you know, everyone has to start their frog journey at some point, right? Okay, there's a Dark Arm Dragon. He's at exactly 3 darks. A 1, a 2, a 3. What I want to know is what is in this hand, because he's been holding cards and not doing anything pretty much the whole game. Clear his throat. Fuck frogs. Just because you don't know how to play frogs doesn't mean fuck frogs, all right, bro? You're the one who's a fish out of water right now. Don't get frog shit. Starting New Game Plus. Yeah, definitely a New Game Plus situation right now. Fugen. Yugioh, no. When you take a frog package in your GB deck, could you imagine if like next turn he's like Prisma Test Tiger? Because he fucking plays that. I'm just laughing at the thought of physical frogs from years ago. That shit was so funny. He's playing physical frogs. It's one of my favorite moments on the channel. I have to find that live stream. I have to like go back and like clip parts of the live streams that were just hilarious. Malicious Edge. That is not Caius. This is one of those situations where one econ would have just cleared this entire thing up. Bring back Treeborn Frog, econ, take Dark Arm, bring back Treeborn Frog, main phase, battle phase, attack over Arm Wing. If they decide to use anything on the Dark Arm, congratulations, you played yourself. If they don't do anything on it, you attack over the Arm Wing and then main phase 2, you tribute the Dark Arm and the Treeborn Frog for Malicious Edge, and they are top decking. That is very ignorant, yes. Okay, so the only thing you lose to here is like brain control. I guess I could just pop and attack for game 2. That's completely on the table, actually. I didn't realize he was at 1800. So he actually died to a lot of things. All right, 2 things surprised me. 1, he did not Raigeki break the Dark Arm immediately, and 2, the Dark Arm popping back row here against frogs. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like you kind of know it's chainable because that's the primary back row in frogs. Maybe he has another out to absolute zero. If you don't have an out to absolute zero, that was bad. If he has an out to absolute zero, then that's like whatever. Oh, he has value plus arm. Okay. I see the line here. I see the line. No, he already has value in graveyard. He doesn't need it in his hand. Yep. And that's game. Okay, well played by the big win, dropping that Dark Arm there against Black Sanji's ineffectiveness to honestly do anything that game, really. I do have, let me see, which one of these replays? Let me see if this is the replay. Quick, what do I side out? I don't know, man. Maybe like Heavy Storm or something? I don't know. Side decking is very hard with Hero Frogs. Okay, this is definitely not it. Maybe it's this one? Alright, let's see. Let's see this replay chat. While they are side decking. Oh, this is, I remember this. I played against fucking Gemini round 1. Oh god. Whirlwind fucking Shura against Gemini, bro. Oh no. A 1,000 ways to die. That's what you call 1,000 ways to die. I think this game is brutal, if I remember correctly. No. Not the double whirlwind versus Gemini. That's dead. You damn right. You damn right. And I'll do it again. GG. All right. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We know. Who is we? The whole world. We on stream. Nice save is crazy. Black Whirlwind is very broken, yes. Gemini Soldier is a liability. Unfortunately, it is in this format. Just open up 1-for-1 Dandy. Did I use AI to make Absolute Zero into a Rush Duel card? Where do you see Absolute Zero as a Rush Duel card? Is that the thumbnail? I did not use AI for that though, to answer your question. I forget what the thumbnail was for this video. No, I did not use AI for that. Crank with the deck mix-up for once. Hey, Vincent, you're the one playing birds right now with the mix-up when you usually play frogs for like for years, actually. Pop Meat Kettle. It's weird Konami still hasn't made a meta Gemini deck in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, we have flips with Shaddolls and rituals with Necrons and all this other stuff. That is true. The fact that they have never made like Gemini broken as fuck. Like, they could just do a retrain of all the Gemini monsters and just make them absurd. Like, when this card is extra normal summon or whatever you call it, it just does some nonsense. Would you have played Rush Duel if we had it in the West? No. No, I would not have. I played the exact Yu-Gi-Oh! That I enjoy. Gale was so annoying. Gale is so fucking annoying. Like, granted, it could be worse. It could be Blizzard, Goyo Guardian, take your Genzo, right? But like, one card Gale just half attack is so absurd. You've committed to frogs and you love the decision. Look at that, more people converting. Congratulations, Ty, on your transition. The cards do look good. I will give you that. The cards do look good for Rush Duel. I absolutely agree with that. I was testing today and lost track of the time for the tournament. I'm sorry, TJ. Listen, y'all know 7:30 EST is usually when we start the tournaments. Why does Brandon have so many back row every game? Bro, this is not fucking GBs. Like, you are not playing GBs. You should not be having multiple back row every game. Like, this is not how frogs are supposed to be played. Like, this man is so used to playing GBs that he just can't live his life without having several back row. You could tell who's a GV player originally and who's not. Y'all in voice chat? I'll believe it. Swap Frog, you think he looks goofy? Swap Frog looks terrifying. If I saw that in real life, I would be freaked the fuck out. Not him having water art the whole game and not knowing how to use it. God damn it. My man has access to Tree Worm Frog and he's tributing real water monsters for water art. Somebody get this man in frog school ASAP. Train me? Listen, my coaching is very expensive by the hour. You could ask anyone. I don't train for free. For free with the asterisk. That's right. You gotta be specific. Train me for free. For a steak. Train me for a steak? Honestly, that might you might be onto something with that one. I do like some steak. Steak do be expensive, especially the steak I like. I like bone-in filet. I like a fucking nice big ass bone-in filet from Del Frisco's or Barclay Prime or Steak 48. Damn, it's been a while since I had a good steak. It's been since Japan? Have I had a really good steak since Japan? No, I haven't. So the last time I had a really good steak was in May. I had too much steak in Japan though. I had fucking Wagyu steak like every day almost. What's the coaching price? $100 an hour. What's up, big dog? How's it going, Randy Prod? A big ass bone in? Exactly, yes. Help me win Pittsburgh? Only you can help you win Pittsburgh, Ty. You got this. Nice to know you're going to Pittsburgh, though. I can't wait to see a lot of people there. I'll be doing commentary as usual. You're dying to go back to Japan, but your girlfriend will kill me? Why don't you take your girlfriend? That's how you get around it. How many coaching sessions do you do a month? It varies. Like last month I did like 5 different ones. I did one right before Maryland. But yeah, it varies month to month. Obviously, like the need for coaching is it varies, and also the need for my coaching specifically because it is expensive varies as well. The savage in me thinks I should play Redo and Judge Eddie, even though I know you despise the format. Despise is a strong word. I don't despise the format. I just don't prefer the format. I think the format, it's a format, you know? You sent some despise. Not you sent some despise. I don't despise the format. I don't despise really any of the formats. Even GOATS I've grown to like because it has some charm to it. Like GOATS has some charm. Especially with the hat. McKinney. Like that fucking machine like kill you deck. That is like peak GOATS. None of this flipping Magician of Faith over and over and like Tsukuyomi and Thunder Dragon bullshit. I can't be bothered with that. I just think redo format is like you play Yugioh or you bust. Like I genuinely feel like Yugioh is significantly better than every other deck. All the other decks, they just get fucking ruined. Like they get ruined by floodgates and side deck cards. And Yugioh just doesn't. Like it just doesn't. It like has a fucking immunity in a snowball format, and the deck itself snowballs out of control. If you just set armor, every deck in the format just starts losing immediately to that pressure. Like I really feel like that format should not be called wind up format. I think it should be called Yugioh format. Been playing Perfect Circle and enjoying that lately as another format. Yeah, Perfect Circle has like Crush Card and Disc Commander in it and stuff. Disc Commander, yeah, armor did not need to be 1900 defense. I agree. 1900 is far too much. It's such a Yugioh format. Game 1, Eric mind controlled my armor and folded my shit in backwards at Toledo. How come Yugioh isn't winning everything then? Well, no deck wins everything. That's kind of like a dumb question, right? One, people play what they want to play. A lot of people play inferior decks in every format that's ever existed. And also people don't play well because Yu-Gi-Oh! 99% of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are not very good at Yu-Gi-Oh! So there's a multitude of reasons why any deck in any format doesn't win every time. It is very rare that you get a format where a one deck wins everything, and usually those formats are very short-lived. But yeah, Yugioh is the best deck, and like, you could debate a mirror or your grandmother about it. You could think whatever you think is the best deck, you are wrong. I've played many of Edison, Goats, and Hat. Haven't even touched Redo, and I don't know if I should. I think you should play whatever formats you enjoy. So if you enjoy the gameplay of Redo, it is very different from Edison. It is very different from Goats. It is very different from Tengu and Hat. If you enjoy that type of gameplay, then like, by all means, you know, play it. Like I genuinely think that Hat is pretty fun. I don't think I could do Hat like long term. But Hat every once in a while is really fun to me because I like Soul Charge. That is a gameplay thing in that format that I do enjoy. But I would not dedicate much of my time or energy to playing like Hat the way I do Edison. But I do love me some Soul Charge. Like Soul Charge just is so fun. It's such a fun card. And you both have access to 3 of it. Any formats without Heavy Storm are straight up ass. I like formats without Heavy Storm. I actually like a lot of formats without Heavy. I think formats without Heavy have a different type of skill. And so for me, as a person who likes to be very versatile in my skill set, those formats have made me overall a better Yu-Gi-Oh player because I've played many formats without Heavy. I've played many formats with Heavy. And it's very different when a format has or doesn't have Heavy. Me and McCabe used to talk about this all the time as kids, but like Heavy being in the format and Heavy being not in the format has a huge effect on deck building and gameplay just for that one card being in or out of it. And I actually enjoy both. Yeah, Hat has so much backer removal. I mean, there's Artifact Ignition, there's the Double Cyclone, there's Wiretap, there's 7 tools for some reason if you play that. There's just a lot of ways to play through back row, and playing through back row is a skill in and of itself. A lot of people do not have that skill, so they tend to not like the format. Or just don't like formats without Heavy. You're not trying to Heavy and Hat with artifacts anyway. Let's be real. Let's be so real. Yeah. Yo, Adam, I agree so fucking hard. Sylvan is a deck that I could read every single Sylvan card right now. And if you give me a pop quiz, you gave me 30 minutes to read all of them, and you gave me a pop quiz, I could not tell you what those fucking things do. Like if you made me take a pop quiz a week from me reading them, I could not tell you what they do. I've seen those cards for years. I've read those cards multiple times. Could not tell you what they do. I don't know why that is, but I just can't. Like, my brain will not hold on to Sylvan. I don't take Sylvan seriously is the problem. I never did. Even when Patrick was on that shit and I told him, like, that deck is AIDS. Don't play that. It's not very good. And you could just play a better deck. Like, there are so many better decks to choose from in hat format, and you're choosing to play one of the worst ones. Your deck is, like, so convoluted. For no reason. For the payoff is not even better than just, like, Mythic Rulers or Light Sworn Rulers or Mermail. Like, your payoff is not even that much better, if at all better. Sylvans make me feel dumber than I actually am. Yeah, Sylvans are just not. They're just not very good. They're fun. Sylvans are fun. They're just not very good. You like the Polyfrog video? Thank you. I appreciate that. The Polyfrog video was very, very good in my opinion. I think it was one of the best teach me how to cooks. You got to see and hear a lot of high-level frog mindset and gameplay. And then we played against one of the guys who got top 8 at Worlds last year at the end. And that was really cool. We got a quality opponent at the end on ladder. And that duel was really, really cool to see. And to have the deck get tested against not only a good deck, but a good player. Like, he's a really good player. He's actually ranked, he was ranked #1 in Format Library Discord server for a long time. And he topped Worlds last year. He's topped other things as well. Actually, me and him topped the same tournament before too. Back when I used to play online tournaments. I actually was looking up like his stuff and I saw that me and him were in we were both in top cut in one of the like maybe EWCQ, like 150 person online tournament. Will you ever host a tournament where the deck isn't locked? I entered one and played with Hybrid in my first match, admitted the replay, then played Frog Monarch for the second match versus Machina. Interesting. So a tournament where every single round you could change your deck? That's not a bad idea on Dueling Book. Because on Dueling Book it's way easier to do that. Like, you could just load whatever deck you want. And technically, like, your opponent is probably going to change their deck too. So even if you're like, oh, okay, I'm playing against Frazier this round. Frazier usually plays frogs, but like I would probably just change my deck to like GBs or something random. Because like I can play other decks, and other decks are good. And because you're probably going to play like, I don't even know what you, maybe you'll play GBs because you're like, oh, I want to play GBs because I think he's going to play frogs, and I fucking show up with Hero Beat, right? That could be cool conceptually. I don't hate that idea, Vincent. I actually don't hate that. All those turns deciding on stacking your deck and summoning trees for 10 minutes to end on a board that mermails can combo for less. Exactly. Like, you do all of that. First of all, Maxi, get fucking ruined. Or the other decks just break that board because your end board is not even some absurd thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Lone Fire Soul Charge is a broken opening, but like, so is Mermail Abystius and Soul Charge. Like, so is activate Dragon Shrine, like, play some draw cards and summon Card Trooper Mill 3 and play Soul Charge. Like, there are just so many broken ways to Soul Charge. Solar Recharge, Charge Light Brigade, then Soul Charge. Like, I just don't think that Sylvans are the way. Again, fun deck, beautiful gowns. What are we doing? And then your opponents have to read all your cards. That's another thing. Another tournament idea, you could play 1 banned card, 2 copies of a limited card, and 3 copies of a semi-limited card. I mean, that just sounds like a lot going on. Like, so here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, Tinfoil. I'm scared of people not understanding how that works. It's very straightforward to me, but Yu-Gi-Oh players do not read. I had to tell people in my comment section today how shrink works, because multiple people were like, oh, if you shrink after they collude, the arm wing will be 37 divided by 2. And I'm like, no, read shrink. You're wrong. Like, arm wing goes to 1150 from shrink because it has the original attack, and then it gains 1400. No matter how you form the chain. It could be shrink chain link 1, collude chain link 2, or collude chain link 1, shrink chain link 2. Does not matter. It can only ever lose 1150, and then everything else is applied after that. So multiple people were commenting like, oh, you actually win that battle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, what are we doing? Then another guy said, you can make absolute zero with King of the Swamp and a water monster. And I was like, what? Like you literally cannot do that. Like, wait, what did they need me for? Oh, like you literally cannot, you cannot use Miracle Fusion and banish King of the Swamp and a substitute to make absolute zero. Could you imagine how fucking crazy this format would be if you could use King of the Swamp as a hero monster? Like if King of the Swamp counted as a hero monster, do you understand how ridiculously broken that is? Also, you have to question, like, how come no one else has thought of that? Like, when you come up with an idea that you think is too good to be true, you might want to just, like, look it up. Like, you might just want to be like, hold on, am I a genius or am I really fucking stupid? Because, like, here's a time when I was really fucking stupid. When I first came in Edison, I was like, man, how come no one is playing Trishula? I was like, I'm going to play Trishula. I was really fucking dumb. I just didn't look at the ban list and like, oh shit, Trishula's banned. Like, imagine me being the first guy to realize that Trishula was good in the game. Like, right? Like, it's too good to be true, which means it's most likely there's most likely something wrong with it. That's unfortunately how Yu-Gi-Oh tends to work. Like, if it's too good to be true, usually there's something wrong with it. Also, why is my computer making that noise? What is happening? But yeah, that between the Miracle Fusion, banishing King of the Swamp and Substitute to make absolute zero, and then shrink, like the ruling, I'm just like, bro, what's happening? Like, why can't we just look things up sometimes? Yeah, very true. A lot of people definitely just have memorized what they think the card does, and they just play like that. Also, the fact that Black Sanji came back and won this, because this is game 3, right? This man has no idea what he's doing, by the way. Like, none. Yeah, no idea why no one plays Valor in Edison. Exactly. Quick Draw would be a lot better if Junk Destroyer was in the format. Yes, that is a fact. Okay. Frog God. F you, Frey. Listen, you stumbled into that win because your deck is OP. All right, you fucking stumbled into that. You had no idea what you were doing this entire game, this entire set, and you still cooked Black Wings. Like, imagine if you knew what you were doing. Like, just imagine if you actually just, like, understood how to play the deck. You would just... Anyway. All right. Who else is... Okay, that was the last match. Nice. So we're going on to round 4, and I need to see who is undefeated now. Berserker and Is Black Sanji really the other undefeated, bro? Is that real life? God damn it, Black Sanji. How are you the other undefeated? Also, I just realized we only need to play 4 rounds today because there's only going to be 1 undefeated at the end of this round. So the undefeated is the person who will win the tournament. They will get $20 and also an invite to like IMNerd Worlds, or the winner's ball as I like to call it. Now let me set a new timer. And I need to do this. All right, timer is up. The big win. So I guess we should probably watch the winners match. Like the person who wins the whole thing. Potentially, probably, maybe. Ah, here we go. Sanji better win. He savaged the crap out of me round 1. What deck were you on? Does Junk Archer ever come up in Hero Frog over like any other niche 15 slot? No. Junk Archer should not be in your extra deck if you're playing Hero Frogs. Junk Archer is probably like the 20th, maybe the 25th slot. Like if you could have 25 slots in your extra deck, I think Junk Archer will probably be like 25. So I could make these tournaments single elimination, but I let them be Swiss so that people can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh who want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Even if they lose, they don't really care. They're like, I just want to play. If I make a single elimination, it basically gets to the same result. The undefeated is the person who wins these tournaments anyway. Like they get the prize, but Swiss allows people to just play the game. And I remember being a kid going to locals every week. I would lose all the time because I was shit. And I still got to play every round, and I like that because that helped me to get better at the game. So, whereas single elimination, you just kind of like show up, you lose one time, you get slurped, and then it's like, well, damn, I got beat, and I don't know what I did wrong. But even if I know what I did wrong, it's like I can't even play my next match to get some more experience. You know, you want to get EXP. I thought I had more water than I have, but like this bottle is basically empty. I need to grab another. Yeah, slurp. That's what I call it when you get scraped. Like when you just get absolutely destroyed, you get slurped. Imagine if YCS was single elim, you travel the whole way, lose 1 game, now you just sit there with your hand up doing nothing. Yeah, that just would not work. Didn't Pokemon do something like that? Or no, Pokemon is best of 1, which is also like a meme. Best of 1 in modern Yu-Gi-Oh has to be the biggest joke of all time. That has to be like a huge joke. Best of 1 in modern is fucking crazy. Is he killing him or something? Like we're heavying 1 back row? We've seen a lot of this heavy I mean, heavy against frogs is not that great anyway. So when you can get like a push out of it or some value out of it, you know, by all means. But like heavy to do nothing is a little, I don't know about that. The 4 best decks in the OCG are all FTKs. And maybe that's what Japan wants. Like, maybe that's what they want over there. Draw phase. Wait, Toons are the best deck in OCG? Are you serious? Toons? Well, that's insane. It's an FTK, but yes, I have to see this. All right. I gotta see this. I'm gonna pull up Toon FTK. Yugioh. I have to see what the fuck this is. All right, chat. What is this? Am I about to see something cursed right now? Is it also one fucking card? I don't like that this started off with one card, chat. The fuck is that? Alright, hold on. Dark Magician of Destruction. You can only switch summon Dark Magician of Destruction once per turn. This way, no matter if this card's name becomes blah blah blah. This card's special summon, you can add one Dark Magician or one card that mentions it. The fuck is this? You can add one Galaxy or Tachyon card from your deck to your hand. You can attach 2 materials from this card, special summon from your extra deck, 1 rank 8. Using this card you control. Okay. Then you can attach one Galaxy monster from your extra deck. What is happening, chat? What is that? Master of Chaos. Comet Cat seems to be problematic. I don't even know what it does, but ban Comet Cat. I feel like that'll help. I've seen Comet Cat more than once. Ban it. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. Well, well, that is why I don't play modern Yu-Gi-Oh. To answer your question, when people say, how come you don't play modern, or do you ever plan to return to modern? The answer is fuck no. Fuck no. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was egregious. I don't even know what I just watched. So yeah. Yeah, that was terrible. All right, so tunes are an FTK deck. Imagine listening to that music as you watch them FTKU. That's hell. That is like a version of hell. Like Dante's Inferno. Imagine showing this to your 12-year-old self. For sure, you'd be called a cheater. I mean, I feel like my 12-year-old self would be like, get the fuck out of my face. Because what is that? Kind of the same way I feel now. He would be proud. He would be like, you grew up to hate everything. I love that for us. That's not even the only version of the Tuno FTK? Or the best version of it? Jesus. Do you think there are kids now who grew up with current Yu-Gi-Oh! Who don't even know what cards like Breaker, the Magical Warrior Gens are? I do not. I think that's the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, is that kids, like young children, are not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! They're playing Pokemon and any other card game, because the ease of access is so much better in every other card game than current Yu-Gi-Oh! Current Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so diabolically hard to understand. I love that for us. I do, TJ. I'm serious. Like, I think 12-year-old me would be so happy that I'm like, I grew up to be so cynical. I love Gores against my Absolute Zero. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Then this man drew Dust Shoot, Caius, Gores, Caius, Miracle. What a hand! What a crazy quality of cards this is in the graveyard here. Now see how Blue Bandit is undefeated. He's sacking. What a sack. I'm 100% sack. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at all. I believe you. Cause why is your Treeborn Frog banished, King? like why is your Treeborn Frog banished? This man is playing on McDonald's Wi-Fi. Not him losing like this. Not this. All right, he's back. It's Burger King. Oh shit, you heard me? I didn't think you would be able to hear me if with your internet connection. This man just does not have treatment frog. Where'd my tree go? Right, you're supposed to be able to attack over Gore's the next turn. You're supposed to be able to easily beat the Gore's next turn. What did you do? How did you end up in this spot? Now we gotta summon Ocean. Now we gotta play in the other cards. I did not see Obsession. I don't know if I'm going to get to see it in theaters, but I will just catch it on like the internet or something. Oh, there's the brain control. Dead. Honestly deserved. Am I going to watch Toy Story 5? At some point, probably. I do like Toy Story movies. I don't go to the theaters to see Toy Story movies, but I do think Toy Story movies are pretty good. Hands down, the creepiest movie you've ever seen. I heard people saying Obsession is really good. Including McCabe, when we were driving back from Retro Reborn, Maryland, he said it's like really good, and a lot of people said it was decent. So I do want to see it. Let me see if it's still showing in my theater, because I might just pull up to the movie theater to go see Obsession. You know what I mean? Let's see, check the AMC app and let's see if prepare for $30 popcorn and drinks. So I have AMC A-list, so movies are free for me. And by free, I mean I pay a subscription fee every month to see like as many movies as I want a week, which is basically what it is, to summarize like how it works. So I see movies all the time. I want to see Scary Movie. I want to see Obsession. I want to see Backrooms. There are 3 movies I want to see. I need to start going to the fucking movies again. Like, I go to the movies, but I need to go to the movies. Okay. Obsession is playing. Kind of want to see it. There's a showing at... This might have to happen. Yeah, this might have to happen. I might need to see. I think I'm gonna go see it. Scary Movie was ass. I heard Scary Movie was ass. The thing about when people say a comedy movie is ass, though, that I'm always afraid of that, is specifically because everyone's sense of humor is different. So where you could say like, oh, I didn't laugh at this, I didn't think it was funny, I thought it was ass, I could be in there fucking bawling my eyes out, crying, laughing, right? Now, I trust that so many people said the movie's ass is probably ass, but still, like, people have different senses of humor. When it comes to comedy specifically, I don't typically trust other people's opinion about comedy, because what people find funny, like, for example, I have people who will send me like reels or memes, and I just mute their chat because I think that it's cringe. Like, that wasn't funny to me. I don't, like, you think it's funny, but it's just not my sense of humor at all. So I just like mute the chat. So now every time they send me a message, I don't even see it. I have a very specific sense of humor. My friends who are like my actual friends, they know what that is. When we send shit back and forth to each other, we find it very funny. They know what my sense of humor is. They don't send me things that I don't think are funny. But a lot of people who don't know me that well will send me things and I'm just like, this is not funny. This is not, it's nothing. Like, it's a waste of time that I even opened this. So I just, like, humor is just it's like so subjective from human to human. I did not see the Michael Jackson movie. I'm gonna be honest. I do want to see it, but that's another movie where like I was in Japan when it came out. You know what's funny? I was in Japan when it came out. I was gonna go see it, and then me and my friend fell asleep instead because one of the things about going to Japan, you are going to be jet lagged because they are like 13 hours ahead of us. So like we'd be out the whole day. We'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go see a movie at like 9 p.m. And by 9 p.m. we are back in the hotel. We have been out all morning, all day doing a bunch of Japanese shit. And then a 9 p.m. movie is just not happening. It's just not happening. I want to see Project Hail Mary as well. There are a lot of good movies this year, damn. I saw Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I can't deal with the dancing and the singing at the movie theater. That's for that. Yeah, you're right about that. That is cringe. Did you pick up any OCG or Asian English cards? I did pick up some Japanese cards. Project Hail Mary was really, really good. So I've heard. I definitely want to see that. Wait. Is Shrek 5 out? What are we talking about? Shrek 5. What's happening? Where is Shrek 5 releasing at? It's on YouTube? Oh, the trailer is out. Wait, they're hating on the trailer? What's wrong with the trailer? Why is that clippable? Wait, I'm confused, Black Sanji. Don't make fun of me being confused. Why are we like, I didn't know Shrek 5 was out. Why is that clippable? Tell me. Like, what happened? Don't like their new designs personally? The trailer dropped today. Okay, the art style change. I gotta see. All right, I gotta watch the trailer for Shrek 5 now. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Now the curiosity. You know what they say. It like killed the cat or something. All right, here we go.
It is over, and the delusion donkey embarked on a journey to the magical city of further away.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's really happening. Do you know what that means? I need a makeover. Get my arms yoked to my back. My ass added. Maybe even tighten up my butt.
No, definitely not.
So what you're saying is get junkie off on a no. Don't say it. Proof all work for you. Know what this is? Okay.
Wanna date a snowman?
Sweet.
You really can't help yourself, can you?
No, I can't. Two stalwart friends off on another whirlwind big city adventure. Oh, this is bad.
Okay, so I gotta say, I hate the internet because I didn't think that trailer deserves 50% dislikes when it, like, nothing about that screamed like this should be downvoted that much. So the internet is just so fucking toxic and corny. Oh my God. Like people are just, no one thinks for themselves anymore, I swear. Like, it just, the world is so full of hate. Like that movie, nothing about that trailer was like this deserves 50%. Off a trailer, bro? There's no way. And then everyone parrots the same thing, which is like so annoying. Like people are like, oh man, this animation is not good. And then because like that becomes the internet hive mind, like everyone just repeats that thing without even thinking for themselves, just like, oh man, like everyone hates this, I also hate it now. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that I just watched a full trailer that came out today. I didn't even know. And there was nothing about that trailer that made me think that movie should have 50% dislikes on it. Like not a single thing about that. And honestly, it looked pretty entertaining. Like, I'm going to see it. One month till Pittsburgh. Yes. Are you going to Pittsburgh, Rich? I forget if we talked about this. Black Sanji still getting cooked? Black Sanji, go to hell. You'll be commentating my back-to-back wins on Saturday and Sunday across 2 formats. Nice. Make it so. You're going to be playing Redo, huh? I hope you got your gear ready. Rich, I hope you got your gear deck ready. If you show up without your gear, just don't even show up. I'm kidding, but like, you better have those gears ready for fucking day 2. You're playing the best deck, don't worry. Okay. As long as you're playing the best deck. I wouldn't accept anything less. You'll be the round 1 feature match in Redo format. You're like, Gary, you play the best deck in any format you play? That's weird. You don't play the best deck in Edison. Huh. Huh. Vayu can go ban for ban. You're not wrong. But you are the first person to let GBs win a major in person in Edison format. Just, you know, full disclosure there. You are the first person to let GBs win. What is this game state? Is my game is it frozen for me? You're drunk on a Tuesday, bro? What did you even get drunk off of? It is Taco Tuesday. If you had a couple margaritas, I could see it. The The fuck is Corona Sunbrew? I don't drink beer. I do not drink beer. I am a cocktail person. I like espresso martinis, margaritas. When I was younger, I used to be a really big fan of Long Island iced teas, like a basic bitch, but I've since grown to basic bitch V2, which is the espresso martini king. Because I like to stay up till 4 a.m. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Donkey Kong Island iced tea? Okay. I would try that. Like, if I was 10 years younger. I cannot drink a Long Island iced tea now. I am too old for that. It's crazy that I used to drink those at all, but like at this age, absolutely not. Long Island iced teas have a recovery time attached to them. I can't be bothered with that. Like I need my alcohol, no, not even one. I need my alcohol. First of all, it's like 5 alcohols in one drink. I'll pass. But like, I need my alcohol to be, I need it to taste good, first of all, which is already difficult, which is why I like espresso martinis, because the coffee taste drowns out the alcohol taste of it. And so the drink is actually just very, very good. Like it tastes good to me without the downside of tasting the alcohol. And then it has a second effect where like you just stay up all night, which I enjoy. It is hilarious how much like Black Sanji is trying to play Hero Frogs right now. I mean, he made it here. This is basically the finals. Like if this was a single elimination tournament, which essentially it is a single elimination tournament, this is the finals. These two are the only people who haven't not lost yet. But the buck stops here. Econ is so good against Black Wings. It's good against other decks too, but like Econ is especially good against Black Wings. Just because of the way they're forced to play into frogs. All right, what even happened? How many get winner's invite? Only the winner. You get nothing. Learn from this. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. You should drink some water, my friend. When is the loser's ball? Yo, a loser's ball will be crazy. A loser's ball will be fucking crazy. Frogs led me to drinking. Okay, I'm getting out of there. I cannot take the slander. I'm getting out of there. I'm about to show y'all more of my replays in a major with Black Wings because it's funny. It's just funny, like Whirlwind is just such a toxic card. Whirlwind is just so toxic, chat. Like the first 4 rounds of this tournament, I think I opened up Whirlwind on every single opponent. Like every game or some shit. Oh no, my Whirlwind. Show me Fader. He said, is that like 4 out of 4? I said, I am drawing so wild with this deck. I don't know what to say. I don't even play Black Wings for all. I just didn't want to use frogs. I kind of remember this game. I remember there's a part where I summon Yugioh Guardian, and I have a chance to take a Raikou. I think that's coming up. Oh, Black Wings. You'll always be famous. Black Wings. Is anyone still playing? Anyone else? Oh, we're done. I think we're done. Hold on, let me refresh. Let's get the, well, we really don't need the standings, but the standings are typically in bot spam. So if we go /standings, obviously Berserker got first, Black Sanji got second. Surprise, surprise. Bad Robot got third, and Shen got fourth. So Berserker, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's tournament. I will bestow upon you the tournament winner role, and then I will reach out to you in the DMs What is... Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, you already won a tournament. Well, never mind. You already won. Yeah, thank you, Brandon, always, as always. Pass it down. Well, it will pass down if he's not active on Patreon. If he's not an active Patreon member, you will actually get the prize. That is how that works. Okay, I will get his deck real quick so you guys can see the monstrosity that is... I'm joking. The deck that is Black Wings. Let's see. 616. Okay. Let me do this. Berserker, boom. Okay. Copy this deck list, post it in the winning deck list channel. This is Berserker's second time winning a tournament. He won... Did I not post the other time he won? He won before this as well. Did he win fucking last week? No, that was not him last week. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. All right. So... Oh, this is back in April. He won in April. Anyway, the deck list, for those who want to see it, is here. It is a Blackwing deck. Y'all know how I do when I do black deck profiles and stuff like that, especially when it comes to like a deck like Blackwings. I tend to just say, here's the Blackwing deck. They have like 3 flex spots. He's playing 1 Vayu, he's playing Starlight Row, he's playing Gores. Those are like his flex spots, and yeah, there you go. Congrats to Berserker for winning tonight's local. And not Berserker, cancel your Patreon. Not cancel your Patreon. Don't forget, guys, this weekend is the Format Library Edison World Championship Qualifier. And do I have like a thing that I can pull up for that? Maybe. They have so many events in here. My God. My God. Yeah, I'll be streaming this weekend. So this weekend we'll be back. I think everyone who likes Edison should play in this tournament this weekend. Like, I think if you like Edison format, you should be playing in this tournament. Coming up. I'm just going to share this real quick. So this is the tournament I'll be streaming this weekend. It's free to play. Saturday, June 20th. Wait. Yeah, I guess that is June. Yeah, so this Saturday is June 20th. Okay, yeah. This Saturday, June 20th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It is Swiss with top cut, 55-minute rounds, 6 rounds on day 1. The remaining rounds plus top cut on day 2. And then invites to Worlds and stuff like that for prizing. So, yeah. Do you need an invite? No, this is the World Championship qualifier. So if something has qualifier in its name, like in Edison, you won't need an invite for it. But no, you don't need it. You can just, these are just open. You can just play in it. All right, I think I'm going to end it there. I got to do my Japanese lesson. I can't eat, but I got to do my Japanese lesson, and I got to make a phone call. I'll talk to you all later. I love you all. Thank you so much. RIP to Simo, the greatest there ever was. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace.